whip adjustment?
A minus $3,606.
Okay.
A big drop because the estimated hours on the job cost went up by 100 hours, and the estimated direct labor hours for the month went down by 100 hours.
I've seen improvements in our turn times. I think it made everybody a little bit more aware of different costs in the shop. For example, our supplies like sand and disc. If a mechanic is trying to make something last a little bit longer, for example, a piece of sandpaper, you know, if he knows that it costs so much money, then he'll get as much out of that as he can before he throws it away. Where maybe before at another company, they'll just use it for a little bit and throw it away.
So the total overhead cost?
$242,204.
222 what?
204. I'll second that.
204. Okay. Carolyn, SG&A labor?
79,000.
Okay. Russ, sales and marketing?
We're gonna drop that to 44,000.
Okay. For total SG&A?
158, 193.
Charles?
Target initiative.
Yes.
Hang on, we compute that.
112,935.
And I'll second that.
Say it again.
112,935.
935?
Yeah, 112,935.
112935. Taxes?
How about $86,737? Yes,
86,736?
737.
3737. Okay, so net income?
138,555.
SG&A rate per hour?
$33.39. Total estimated hours for the month, for everyone's information, is 4,736 hours.
Doty?
I was wondering about First Odyssey, why it's going up, almost $1,700. Or did go up $1,700.
Because we've got direct labor hours that also are in WIP, and I haven't been calculating that because that's what we actually pay for the month.
We had a good discussion yesterday over the amount of money we're making a month. And because we've been making $1 million a month, everybody thinks $1 million are numbers in a month. And I don't think they're looking at the sales plan down here. That's our number we gotta hit to make,
Right. To hit our plan, we have to hit these numbers that Russ and the sales guys have projected. So the more money we make early in the year, not necessarily saying we can slack off towards the end of the year, but we're going to break this number that he's set for us to hit, $11 million.
I was just trying to explain to you guys, they're thinking we gotta do $1 million a month. Well, here's on the board at 986.
Right.
They're like, well, we're holding stuff back, and we're not holding stuff back.
Yeah, we're not necessarily holding stuff back.
Well, we've always been a good company, and it's just made a good company even better, I think. In the great game, I think people understand a lot more. There's an education involved in knowing the numbers and knowing what to do to make things better.
And to kind of piggyback on what Ed's saying, our budget number for sales was $918,000, and we're at $1,028,000. So we're $100,000 over plan, and you can see that both in our critical number and our net income. Net income, we're $50,000 over plan. Critical number, we're blown away. We're $150,000 over plan. So that's because if sales are up, our costs are down. We projected $527,000 of cost of sales on $918,000 of revenues. Or our forecast is $506,000 cost of sales, which is $21,000 less on $100,000 more of sales. That's awesome. So all that comes down to the bottom line, and it contributes to the bonus plan and the net income.
You know, just management being honest with all the employees and showing us how everything works, the numbers, and it's just a big thing. Everybody being on the same plane, everybody knowing the same thing, and it's just total honesty between management and employees, and that's where a lot of companies lose that, because you got management on one side and you got your employees, and there's like this big secret in between, and nobody really knows what's going on.
Okay, Mike Campbell, inspection costs.
When we forecast the inspection costs, we failed to account for calibration of one of the others. So the mileage and the calibration fees were the difference in the forecast.
Okay. Greg Hoffman on direct material.
Yeah, this number is a percentage, an estimate based on percentage of sales. And it's within 6%, so that's a lot closer than prior months, so we're getting a lot closer on that one.
SG&A labor.
On the labor, we've got about 9 different items that fall into this, it's condensed down into this labor account. And one of them are going to be other type of fees, that the Great Game of Business fees and those sort of fees. And I estimated that we would have more cost associated to that, and it came out lower than what I expected.
Okay. Russ Unk, SG&A sales and marketing.
SG&A sales and marketing, we were pretty much right on forecast going into last week. What didn't get accounted for is the people who went to the PMA conference, airfare, registration for that. Going into last week, we were pretty much right on that.
All right, our target initiative. I think we know why that's such a variance there. And then our
I think we
Should
need
that
to
be
go back to that.
185 instead of 185?
No, it's 185,000. The reason for the adjustment in target initiative is when we're forecasting and booking our bonuses on a monthly basis, we're just looking at that 1 month period. At the end of the quarter, we come back and we adjust it for the quarter. So in January, we were at level 22. So the bonuses we booked in January was only level 22 bonuses. We ended up the quarter at 37%. So there are 15 more levels that needed to be reported, and we didn't go back to January to report that. We reported all that in March.
And the difference was $65,000 that we added to the bonuses.
okay. Our actual sales in March was. Somebody tell me.
1,058,468.
468. Outstanding.